Hey Jim, let's get started here. Definitely see some remnants of your one plane swing and also the stack and tilt, and I'll show you as we go along. Your setup looks really good. You got a good shaft lean, good wrist angle. You're up on the wall really well. You got good shape. I'm going to compare you here with Paul Gow. He's used to be Nationwide PGA Tour player. You guys are kind of built the same, so I thought I'd use him as a model. So let's go ahead and get started. I noticed right away you got a one-piece takeaway with the triangle, basically keeping everything moving together. And the first thing you can notice is your left shoulder turns down and under. Okay, right-sided swing. What we do is our direction of turn is different, so our shoulders turn in a different direction. This is what we consider the left-sided swing. Our shoulders are turning down and under and around, and they're going to start turning off the wall. So you're going to lose your shape right off the bat. You can see Paul. We always let our club head move first. It's the last part of the circle as a club head, so we don't want the club head to move first to get things started. So the club head moves first. Watch the difference in the shoulders, though, you guys. Watch how Paul's shoulders stay level and they stay on the wall. So if you guys are about the same spot here, you can see the huge difference in his shoulder turn already. So you're turning much more vertical, and Paul is turning his shoulders more horizontal. Okay. So what this is going to do is going to get you. This is typical one plane swing right here. Turn your shoulders down, your left shoulder down, and right shoulder up. Get the arms back behind you as far as they can, and that's pretty much what you're doing here. You can see Paul here as he keeps on going back. You guys are in about the same position here, and look at the huge difference in the shoulders. Okay, here's your left shoulder, here's your right, and here's Paul's. So this is left-sided turn. His is a right-sided turn. So you can see here now you keep going more vertical. That's the top of your swing. Your left shoulder's here, your right shoulder will be there. You got a good 90-degree shoulder turn that everyone teaches us how to do. We don't need to do that. We feel that we can turn our shoulders in a different direction, turn them more level, and stay more on top of the ball. And we can get more compression and hit the ball with just as much power doing it this way. So and be more consistent. So you can see how Paul just lets his arms pull his shoulders around into a turn. It doesn't look like he's turned nearly as far as you have, but he really has because they've turned in a different direction. So there's his right shoulder, there's his left shoulder, and that's the top of his swing right there. Okay, just notice how much farther off the wall that you are than he is. Okay, so he's still right, pretty much centered where he was. You've gone back a good 3 inches. So on a downswing, you have to make that up somehow. So you're going to have a big lateral move going down. Now, because your arms got so far behind you on the backswing, which is what I think is the one plane swing, I think that's the cause of that. You can see how they start to throw. Your arms start coming out back above the shaft plane that they were going back. So hands and arms are coming out. Your lateral move is pretty big to get back onto the wall where you were. Okay, but from there, since your arms came out, you've lost a lot of the lag that you had, which is the angle between your arm and your shaft. Okay, so that's going to be a power leak for you. And as you come into the ball, you'll see your right side gets a little collapsed because your arm. That's because your shoulders move vertically. Okay. When your left shoulder goes down on the backswing, your right shoulder goes up. It's just the opposite on the downswing. Your left shoulder gets very high and your right shoulder gets low, and that's going to cause your right side to get collapsed. Okay? Watch how Paul, see, he's so far forward here, he hasn't come off the wall very much. All he needs to do is make a slight bump with his body, let his arms fall down here in the slot, okay, and let the right side fire. Now you can see a huge difference here at impact, okay? His shoulders are still really pretty level. And as we drew yours, they're much more vertical, okay? So he doesn't have that collapse in the right side that you do. One thing I also want to mention, too, is your head stays down a really long time. You got the Titanic going on, is what you call it, when you keep the head down too far. And that's what causes your radius to get extended. Your body will stay back, and that's why you have this collapsed look, because your head stays down too long. And your hands and arms get out away from your body, and that's what's causing the club to exit high, which you were writing about before. So you can see Paul here because he's right on top of the ball. That's his right side fire. His head rotates with his body, and his hands and arms never get any further away from his body, so he can just come right around and be more on top of the ball than you were here. You make it up here at the end, but if you do it correctly, we don't need to do that. So stay tuned for the down the line video.